What's up, guys? I'm Shane, and we're back in Animal Crossing New Horizons. Again, this isn't going to be a regular thing necessarily, but the last video I uploaded when I first hit the 5-star rating, a lot of you guys were really into that, and actually consistent views still. It's been like 3 or 4 months since I uploaded it. And a few people have asked for an updated island tour. And, yeah, I mean, it's just about done, so I guess now is as good a time as any, because I'm probably going to nuke the island. Now, before we get into the whole tour of the island or anything like that, just, we got my daughter a Switch Lite for her birthday. And on top of that, my fiance got a Switch too. So all of us are playing Animal Crossing. So I just had what I'm referring to as the Great Villager Migration. I had a bunch of villagers who they wanted. Most of my villagers were my daughter's choices anyways. I didn't even have my own. So I went through, time traveled for the first time, kicked almost everyone off. I think from the last tour I had, there's only 2 villagers who were there before. And I even had popular people. I had Zucker, Marina, Anka, all of them are moved on to other islands. But the people I have, Blue Bear's still here, and Marshall. And other than that, it's a bunch of new people who might not even stay that long. But if you see some stray weeds or a bunch of sticks laying on the floor, I cleaned up as well as I could. And I haven't dug up fossils in like a month. So those are going to be all over the place. And also, I'm going to wipe this town to the ground and start over again. Because that's just what I do. Because I'm not 100% happy with how it turned out. It's good, but I'm also... It's not even that I'm not happy with it. I'm sick of looking at it. Enough rambling. Let's tour the island. Now, this entrance area, it didn't come out the way I wanted to, but it's probably my favorite area in the entire island. Just a nice little sort of claustrophobic setting here. Originally, this was all supposed to be like a giant forest, and it kind of started coming that way, but not quite how I envisioned it, as all things go. Now, the one thing I'm proud of, even though it's not that cool, there's a little cut through right here, sort of obscured by the trees, and that leads to the town center and stuff like that. So if people are coming over my island who are regulars, they know to cut through that way, and it'll pop them straight over to where the town center is. But what we're actually going to do, we're going to come up the proper way here. And I've still got... These are my only fruit trees on the island. I do not have cherries, because I think everyone I know has cherry trees. So, I didn't bother. Actually, I think I planted one back here, finally. Yeah, I just didn't chop this tree down, so it's not growing. So, there's still a couple of... I've still got these things, just in case I shake the trees. There's money trees all over, because I don't actually need the money for me. But I've got 2 people with brand new islands who need the money. And it's sort of scattered. The flowers don't really have any rhyme or reason. A little bit of overgrow. I had some rain. But I just sort of wanted to dot stuff around. But it leads over, and this is sort of a tight squeeze. Doesn't actually make sense. And you've already seen some of my favorite villagers. Blue Bear, obviously, rocking the BlackRock shirt. So am I. There's Marshall. Wow, everyone's actually here right now. Samson's one of the newer ones who's probably not staying around long. But Bree is... one of my favorites for an odd reason. She reminds me of back in my webcomic days. Kind of reminds me of my own art style a little bit. So, that's good enough for me. I guess that's my ego or whatever. But I love her, even though she's a snooty villager, and I don't usually like snooty villagers. And we've also over here got Fuchsia, who is one of the other people who are going over to my daughter's island. I'm almost done. But I want to get this island tour done. Because I'm going to raise it to the ground because I am sick of trying to find these villagers hiding in all these trees. We come through here. And this is a little timepiece that I stole. A lot of this stuff just came right from the Reddit account. Where the bushes rotate. So whichever ones are in bloom, it'll rotate around kind of like a clock. And what I was doing in the center of it is the current astrological sign, whatever the corresponding furniture is. But right now, it's something that gets hung on a wall. So the Cancer table is still sitting in the middle. Down here, I've still got Blue Bear and Marshall's awkward date spot with the bonfire. And also these seashells are my life right now because I've been going for all the photos of every villager who moves into my town. Whether I like them or not, I want their photo. And the most commonly used one, I believe, is the iron wall lamp. But I kept running out of iron. But I had a ton of the blue summer shells that I wasn't using. And you can use the shell wreath. And it actually gives a bigger, well, not bigger bonus, but it's worth more money than the iron wall lamp. So if you're trying to spam for photos and you have a lot of blue shells, use those. And coming over here, this was my daughter's shop in the last video. We moved it over here, and we condensed her down. And this is all of my extra DIYs if anyone wants it. We got a little area down here for the bikes, the scooters. There's even a tricycle. And over here, I just have some of my favorite outfits on display. But the problem is, and there's a little bit of slowdown here, this area over here is going to lag down the entire thing. We've got this. We've got the Nook's Cranny right here. I didn't know how to decorate in front, so it's got some stuff here. Got the sewing, just general tailored stuff, some accessory shop, and a little place to get a smoothie. Down here on the beach, that word, we've got the changing rooms and a lifeguard post, a little hammock in between. I think I've got that like 3 different places on the island. I love the hammock in between the trees. And just, you know, a little beach area, not fully developed. Like I said, this island isn't 100% complete, but it's pretty close to completion, except for one area. Over here is what I built the entire island around, and it didn't do it this time, but usually most of these stalls don't pop in. The beach, for the most part, I got a DIY thing here in case I need some fish bait, but otherwise just a chair and this thing, the viewfinder. But coming through, a little raffle area. I think I had another idea for it, didn't finish it. Fortune teller area, cotton candy, you know, stuff like that you'd see in a general amusement park. There's a playground on the beach. And over here is the concert area. We've got the the guitar, the bass, we got a keyboard, the microphone with a drum set, even a DJ booth with the spare guitars in the back because they always need to have different tuned ones. And my daughter left this piano and bench here. That's not supposed to be there, but she won't take it away. Over here, there's the teacups and everything else for the amusement park. This little thing that, yay, that's neat. This thing that's, I'll just spin that forever. And over here is my arcade. It's coming together. It's still not done. I'm still missing a couple pinball machines, but I got all the arcade cabinets. I got a couple slot machines, and I got the chair that I always accidentally sit in. And a little prize area, because there's always that one overpriced prize sitting in the background. And a dart machine. I found that too. And what we'll do, this is a little cut through to the residential area, but we're actually going to ignore that. We're going to come back down the boardwalk. And yeah, a little bit of slowdown. Come across this way, and we're actually going to go the proper way up here. Behind here, it's just a little alleyway. There's not anything this side. Over here, I've got a little area I like, where it's just sort of like the, you know, the dumping area for all the stuff. You got all the cardboard furniture over here. And also, I don't know what the Able sisters are using for their hats, but they've got nuclear waste back here. Don't let them fool you. They're not that innocent. But coming up here is the museum. Double bridges. I think I've used 3 bridges on this whole island, maybe 4. And I used every single one of my inclines. You come up here. I'm trying to get some of the cooler looking models that Flick is making. Unfortunately, only the bugs have big ones. So the fish are all tiny, and it kind of annoys me, but it kind of works. Apparently I have Nook Miles that I have to redeem. Over here, there's a little bench. Little mini waterfall. Just a nice little scenic area, and you can see the campsite back there. We'll get more into that after. This doesn't lead anywhere, but there's just a little waterfall. And like I said, the flowers are kind of overgrowing because there was rain while I was time traveling, and I didn't dig all of them up. So, museum this way, a couple more things. A money tree. There's a lot of stuff like this where I've got this bug model here blocking me in so I can hit my rocks. But up this way, here's a full-on gym, including a basketball court. My jocks love this. I keep seeing Drift over here working out. And over on this side, it's this I kind of forgot to come back and finish up. It's just a little cafe area, nothing too special. But I meant to replace that bench with this table here, and I completely forgot about it, apparently. Oops. Coming down these stairs, this is a residential area. This is where Marina lived, so it explains the sand and stuff. It's where Bree lives right now. All she's got is a soft-shell turtle and some flowers. But again, this is all getting taken down, so I didn't feel like upgrading it. But over here, this, if it's not the entryway, this is my favorite area. This used to be Chow's house, and it's just... I don't know. I just really like this. This little small area makes me extremely happy. Right now it's Allie the alligator, who I hate. But I needed to kick out villagers, so she was just the camper who happened to show up. And yeah, I don't know. I love this area. This is definitely something, no matter what, when I make the new layout, this is getting duplicated. Some way, shape, or form. This is Samson's house here. Again, nothing going on. This was going to be Zucker's area, but my daughter decided she wanted to decorate it. And then all she did was plant some bamboo and sort of wrecked it. This was where Anka lived. This is currently where Drift is. He's my awesome frog. We're actually I'm going to go talk to him. I want to say hi. Now, Drift. How you doing, bud? Hey, actually, you know what? I'm going to give you a present while I'm here. Because I need to work on that. Here you go. It's already the shell wreath you have hanging outside. I've given you like a dozen of these things. Here's another one, though. Whoa, that looks like a shell wreath. Cool. Yeah, I've been working those muscles. And diner counter chair. Oh, usually they just give me a top, but some furniture is nice. Thanks. I love this. KK metal playing in the background. And look, another golden spot. They just love putting the golden spots on his property. Over here, this is Marshall's house. He's got a little cafe area. I got some fake art, so I put it there. I'll go over to this side a little bit more after. First, we're going to go up. Blue Bear's house. Now, originally, I was going to have a little, like, enchanted forest in the middle area of the island. It never quite materialized, mostly because I ran out of space for it with everything else. So it didn't work out the way I wanted, so she just inherited the chairs. Nice little area. I didn't clean up her flowers either. They're overgrown, too. But just, you know, I was trying to figure out what to do with her. But I think what I'm going to do when I move everyone around and renovate the island is that little concert area I had is probably going to go to her because she's a little diva and she wants to be a pop star. And I'm going to make it happen. Over here is Hornsby's house. This is a couple of these yards I never actually did anything with. And then over here, this one makes me a little sad. So we've got Rhonda, right? The purple rhino, who, I don't know, I kind of like her. And then we've got Fuchsia's house. Now, this was where Bam lived, and next door I had a Mott at one point. So I did the two jocks together, and they actually had over here, it was a podcast. They were two podcast hosts at one point, but I let Bam move out. I'm hoping to get him back someday. And then eventually his podcast co-host will be Drift, and I will be happy. But for now, like I said, I'm going to renovate the island. I'm not going to move people around. And over here, this is Fauna's house. And again, it used to be Portia at one point. That's why there's a lot of purple flowers, but I didn't move a lot of stuff around. And also, if you cut around this way on the beach, there's not, like I said, not really anything else going on. Stonehenge is over here because I had nothing else to do with it. But around the back, you can walk right through. It's just a little field of flowers, so if you want to run through, you can destroy them. And that leads right to the secret beach. Because I ran out of inclines, so I couldn't just have a cut through on that. Alright, now over this way past Marshall's house, got a little shrine area. There are 3 variations of the elaborate kimono stand, and I've gotten this exact one 8 times now in my shop. I have not seen the other colors. I don't know if that's just like a variant exclusively to one island or something like that. You know, little Zen cushions and stuff like that. It's a nice little area. I put these bamboo here because, I don't know, it just felt like it fit. And coming up here, there's a little panda bear hiding in here. And it looked a lot better in my head. This was supposed to be a cut through, but you couldn't actually see the stairs coming up. Little fishing area for whenever it comes back for stringfish fishing, because I never got one of those. And in here, it's a much more condensed hot springs. But I think on the new island, I'm going to expand this a lot more, back to the size it was on the last tour. But coming back down this way, this leads down close to the entrance. But it's going to lead to the campsite. We saw it from the overhead. Little well here. This is a nice little area, actually. I do like this. It's got a nice little feel to it. And I'll probably do something similar. But I don't know. What I want to do, because you can spam reloads and get them to kick off whatever villager you want. But I have to run through a whole bunch of nonsense to get from my house over here. So I might put this like right on top of my house in the future. But cutting across, I got a little campsite sign from the mobile app. I did tie it to that. And that leads right back to the entrance. So we're actually going to go this way, because this is the area that I did not finish. And I'm not going to finish. This was supposed to be my little enchanted forest. That's why there's so many trees. I just kept getting my money trees, planting them here. All my rocks spawned over here. And there's, yeah, not anything going on special over here. Even the river is not fully complete. There's supposed to be a bridge going across and everything. The one thing I do like is if you cut down here, it's kind of a little hidden beach. Oh, some more weeds. You know, just a little, what's it called? Surfing spot. And that's the word. Another one of my hammocks. Godzilla's chilling over here. I have not bothered building the robot hero. I still don't have enough rusted parts. And, I don't really care to build the robot hero other than to complete my catalog. Because I've definitely been doing a lot of cataloging. But this was supposed to sort of be a lot wider. Like, it was supposed to be here. And I feel like I needed, like, another couple squares to go over. So, maybe something I can fix in the future. And then over here, this is the big part of the renovation. These are everyone's houses now. This is my daughter's house. She took some of her decorations with her already to the new island. You cannot send the jumbo teddy bear over, unfortunately. So I'm just stuck with that thing on the beach. And she's got a lot of flowers that don't really match. But she wanted them. She wanted her own lily of the valley. Up here is my fiance's house. I stole this layout 100% from Reddit. To a T. I completely stole it. The only thing is on the simple panels. I had those as a placeholder until I downloaded the actual texture, but she kind of liked that better than the texture, so we just left it. This I will probably tear down and ship over to her house, and she's also got a couple of snapping turtles as guards. They used to have names, and I forgot them. Sorry. Gold rose is there, the red and or purple and black around the side, and a little bench over here for her to enjoy the ocean. You know, the stuff that I decorated is fine. My daughter just does whatever she wants, obviously. Then up here is going to be my house, and of course, I went bougie. Yeah, again, just some these thrown here just so I can hit the rocks. But we've got a giant Pokeball with the fountain in the middle. We've got my coconut trees there, literally just for spawning bugs. Over here, this is all my black roses. I was trying to get some more gold roses. Then I realized I don't need the gold roses for anything. The one lily of the valley I can't dig up without terraforming up there. Over on this side, we'll go up to the house in a second. I've got my blue roses, some extra ones over here trying to clone. And this was gonna be a little swim spot, but all it is, I just dropped the diving stuff over here. But coming back over to my house, I put my mailbox down here, little set of stairs going up, and I do like how this turned out. This is supposed to be my cloning area, but again, time traveling in the rain, so I just got a bunch of stuff here. All of my flowers I did grow myself. I didn't go out and get them from people, although I grew my own first green mum, and I could not clone them, so I went to my friend's island and stole a couple of hers because she had a bunch of extra. The purple hyacinth were actually the ones that gave me the biggest pain. The blue roses, I followed Austin John's simpler method for getting blue roses, so I had that in a couple of weeks, I think. Or maybe it was like a month. But the proper method to get the blue roses, I was still on like step 4. It just was not working out for me. Meanwhile, I got all these now. But the biggest thing here, this area I didn't do anything with like I wanted to. My daughter decided to put her little face drawing all over the place. They're terrifying. And luckily I don't have to deal with that anymore. And this is my flower area, which is, I do love how it turned out. Again, a lot of overgrowth from all the cloned flowers, but these are all hybrids, so it's okay. The Lily of the Valley, I just didn't know what to do with them anymore. They just kept showing up, and I don't have any plans for them. And then over here, I've actually tried to line up all the flowers sort of in a rainbow pattern. So it does, I like how this turned out. The roses are down here. It didn't quite fit properly, but I actually kind of like how I had to shoehorn it this way. You got some of the mums and the pansies or the mums are split in half. The pansies are over on this side. And over on the other side, little bee area, but you get the rest of the mums, and then all the wildflowers, windflowers, I think it's windflowers. And a little cut through so I can get right into the hot springs. Which basically I just use that as a shortcut to go right to the villager area. And then, unlike last time though, we'll take a quick look inside of my house. Just to show you guys what's going on, because there's a couple areas that I kind of like, and a couple that I don't care much for. So in here, now I'm not in my house that often, I basically come in here, go into my storage. So this is just sort of, I don't know, I like how this kind of works and flows together. Nothing too special, out of the ordinary, but I like it. I don't know, maybe too much brown, but that's all right. The upstairs, I don't think there's anything. Oh, I remember what's up here. So I try and catalog everything, and there's the mobile app, ACNH.guide on the iPhone, and you can everything that you have in your catalog, you can document it in there. And this is from all the gifts I was giving people as I was time traveling, because I was trying to get their photos as I forced them out, and I was going to go through and catalog all this stuff, and then I gave up. So this is just kind of a mess, but I had like a pool table up here, and just a general like hangout area. And then coming down here to the first floor again, the area on the left, I turned it into a little, you know, sauna room. I do have a toilet. This way I have one in the house, but it's pretty simple. I was going to do a little more with it, but I just forgot it existed. Like I said, I never come inside. I was always more focused on the outside decorations. Over on the right side room, we've got my bedroom. And we've got a bunch of villager posters here, which you can't even see all of them. And actually, I couldn't even fit all of them on here, so some of them are in storage. It's just, it felt like the right spot to put these posters at first, and there were only a couple. It's all mismatched rattan furniture. I don't actually like the rattan set. It just happens to work right now, but eventually I'll probably replace it with something. Even if I just do like the wooden set. This is still the wooden wardrobe that you build for the customization tutorial. And then my Switch, I got a football there, and an air conditioner up there because you need an air conditioner to sleep. Or at least I do. Up here on the top room, we have my DIY room. This was originally outside. This is where I put the cloning area for the flowers. But I decided to bring it indoors because I had two DIY areas, basically. So there's a bunch of little tools and stuff like that. You know, just a nice, neat little area. I definitely like it indoors more than I liked it when it was outside. But now for my favorite room in the entire house, it's the basement. This is my trophy/lucky room. So I've got all of these photos here. These are all the villagers who've given me photos so far. Colton over there. Rowan and Tucker I kicked out without their photos. I didn't think of it before. So even someone like Brafina up there, I don't like her very much, but I wanted her photo. So those are considered lucky items in the game, which only helps with your HHA score. Same thing, so the Crescent Moon chair, the koi, and the pop-eyed goldfish are lucky items. This candlestick, the wreath, the kanji teas, zipper, the switch, the golden lucky cat, and I've got, you know, Rover's suitcase here. I have not done very well doing the tournaments. I'm usually asleep because they happen from 9 to 6, and I usually go to bed at like 8 o'clock. I wake up at 4, so I pretty much miss all of them. But the bug-catching tournaments I've done a little bit more of. Clearly the fishing tournaments I have not, but there's a suitcase full of gold bricks over here. So this is, I don't know, I might need a new wallpaper at some point, but I really like this area. If I could find another wallpaper that worked. But I try and avoid custom patterns as much as possible. There's a couple on the island, but I try not to do it. I kind of like the challenge of doing it within the constrictions of the game. I'm saying this as I wear a custom shirt, but I don't actually wear this most of the time. I'm just wearing this for the sake of the video. I kind of forgot I even had these. But this is my island. I do like it very much. You know, my desire to tear this island down has nothing to do with, oh, I hate this island. It's that I've been staring at it for 2 months, and I'm ready to shake it up. And hopefully finish it next time. But I almost did it. That area just, I ran out of space, honestly. But otherwise, yeah. Oh, the other thing that killed me, I wanted to dot these little starlights all over the island, and I have never found the DIY for it. I had my friend make me 6 of them, but I still do not have the DIY for it, so it's very hard to use those as decorations when you can't make your own, and you're just relying on someone coming over and making them for you. But I'm still happy with how this island turned out anyways, and now it's here documented in YouTube form. So in 3 or 4 months, when I do another island tour and completely tear it down, at least I can still come back and watch this video and relive it. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, please be sure to hit like down below. If you want to see more content from me that is not Animal Crossing at all, but you kind of are interested in hearing me talk about stuff, or if you're just going to stick around for the, like, 2 or 3 videos I'll do a year on something other than NCAA football, please be sure to subscribe. And hit the notification bell so you get it delivered directly to your inbox every single time I upload. If you have any thoughts on this video whatsoever, leave it down in the comment section below. Everything you leave down there, I will always respond to, unless you are the trolliest of trolls. Thank you guys for watching. I'm Shane. I'm out.